There's an ocean. You can do whatever you want. Oh, just one rule. See that tree over there? You don't all have to look. It's hypothetical. All right, let's pretend there's a tree over there. Let's pretend this Kate Gallup is a tree. Wait, Kate, that's our tree. Hey! Best tree in the house. All right, so tree house. Get it? All right, so Kate is over there. Now, he said you cannot eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And they were like, we can do everything else, just not eat from that one tree. Seems pretty easy, right? Except for when somebody tells you not to do something, what does it kind of make you want to do? Oh, I know! You have the same problem I do. All right, so he said, don't eat from the tree. And Eve walked over and said, oh, Adam, this tree looks so yummy. I want to eat the bite of this fruit. So she takes a bite, and then she says, eat it, Adam! And as all good husbands do, we eat it, right? Okay. So really, sin is because of the woman. Now, all right. So Adam and Eve have eaten. I'm just kidding. Don't go tell your parents that, especially your mom. You can tell your dad that. All right. So she takes a bite, and all of a sudden, what enters into the world? Sin. All the bad stuff that God doesn't like comes into the world. It's not perfect anymore. The world, we can't walk and talk with God. We can't be with God because there's sin in Act 1. And then comes Act number 2. This person. All right. It says Act number 11. What school do you go to? That's Roman numerals. Those are different. I taught my son all about Roman numerals this past week. Kirsten, you are Act number 2. You represent all the sin, the corruption, all the bad things in this world you are represented by. Do you see that? When you see Miss Kirsten, do you see that?
No.
People, we're acting! All right, let's see here. Sin. I got some bad stuff. Now, here you go. This represents bad things, and this does too. Well, because when I saw you at, what was that place called? The Sky Zone? She was like taking these balls during dodgeball and then pelting it in little kids' faces. I'm just kidding. She did not do that. But it represents all the bad stuff we can do, all right? So we have anger, we have battle. All this stuff enters into the world. I know, it's horrible. Act 2 is really scary looking if you look throughout the Bible. They were fighting, cheating, lying. They were selfish. But don't worry. God looked down and he saw someone. Now, at this point, they were so evil, so corrupt, so angry. They decided, hey, let's build a big tower. And we're going to try to get to God and show him how awesome we are. It's this tower called Babel. And God said, no, you're not. So he took, she's seen the Tower of Babel. That's amazing. All right, so took all of the people that were building the tower, and God said, he scattered them around. He changed their language. All of a sudden, there was people spoke French, Spanish, English, Italian, Russian. There's all these languages. Nobody could understand each other. But they continued to be angry and corrupt no matter what. And God said, listen, there is a man, and I'm going to make a promise to him. His name was Abraham. Everybody say Abraham. All right. So there's this guy named Abraham, and God says, I'm going to make a promise to Abraham. All right? Your family, your kids will be like the sand on the ocean. Anybody ever tried to count the little sand grains on the ocean? It's impossible. There's so many of them. Now, I made a family tree. Don't worry. You don't have to take my word for it. All right, listen. Now, Abraham is in the red. He's on the far left of this picture, all right? Abraham had a son named Isaac. All right? Isaac had a son named Jacob and Esau. We learned about them last week. You guys remember that? All right? So Jacob then had 12 sons. All right. Can you imagine how many kids? I mean, and I thought the Millers had it bad. All right, so if you look at Jacob. He had 12